What's happening, Internet? It's Dylan Alexander. This is a reminder to you as men to be more ruthless in life. Yes, I said it. More ruthlessness is needed by men in today's world more than it's ever been. I don't know if you've been paying attention and you've been outside and in society lately, but it just seems to me that a lot of guys out here are softer than cotton candy, and it's ruining everything. And because of this, I'm sure you've realized a lot of women are also getting a lot harder trying to be like men out here. And it's been going on for a while. But as time progresses and we don't do anything about it, it's just going to get worse and worse over time. And I just want to drop this video to remind you that it's okay to be a man. Whatever you think of a man as being, ruthless is a part of that. Setting boundaries, saying, no, we're not doing that. Not being afraid to stand on your principles, which is exactly what you should be doing. Every day, you have to abide by your principles. These hard rules that you follow and you don't break for anybody, woman or man. Because if you don't, you're going to be weak and you're going to bend to the will of whoever's trying to get you to bend and break eventually. I felt like I had to say this, man, because a lot of men just seem to be scared to be men now. Well, I should say males, right? Because men, being a man it's something you have to earn to become. You don't just become a man because you're over 18, even though the law says that you are, but that means nothing. Boys are supposed to have a rite of passage to become a man. You know, in the old school days and many ancient civilizations, I'm sure you might know if you know your history, a lot of cultures make young boys around the age of puberty, roughly, I don't know, 11 to 13, around there. That's when they have to go through some sort of ritual or trial and tribulation to prove to themselves and the world that they're a man now. But today in the West and in these new cultures that we have today in the world, we don't do that anymore. You just go through the basics of schooling and you kind of have your little birthday parties and we got everything's all sweet and cuddly and cozy. And we just, one day we're 18 and then we're sent off to college or work or whatever we do. And there's really no set breakthrough where we're like, I went from a boy, now I'm a man. None of that. Unless you went through puberty and you're like, oh, physically I'm a man. But how many older guys do you know that just are weak, soft, and don't stand for nothing? And they're just like slaves out here walking around, being suckers for anything that's put in front of them. That's not me. I know I'm a man. And I ain't got to prove it. You gonna feel it when you're around me. And as a man, you can tell when you have other men amongst you, there's an energy, there's a respect that you can feel. And it's almost aspirational when you see another man that's being presentable in a way that you can respect and you admire him in a way you're like, man, I respect dude and he's doing something right. And that's a guy, right? That's the dude right there. You know, we all have that. There's a guy in our lives that we know about that's like, man, I would aspire to be like him. Man, that's a good dude right there. That's a solid man right there. Not on no gay stuff, of course, right? But I'm saying we know that there's a set type of model for a man, right? So I want to really hone that in, man. Get you some good male role models in your life. Get you some OGs, man. Get you some mentors, man. If you didn't have a father figure, or even if you did have a father figure, but your father wasn't really that dude like that. Some of our fathers were weak punks, were weak beta males, as they say. They didn't run the household like a man should. They didn't have real rules and guidelines like that. They didn't really stand up for anything. They weren't leaders of their community like that. No, they were just regular Joe Schmoes that got a 9-to-5 job at some desk, some accountant, which is cool. Get your job. But I'm saying, as far as how you carry yourself as a man, it doesn't matter what your occupation is. You can be a janitor, but if you're a man that's a solid and stands for something, everybody's gonna respect that. Shoot, even women, man. Women don't care about what kind of job you have. And the ones that do, those are gold digging trash cans anyways. But real women, they're always going to respect a real man. Period. That'll never go out of style. That is timeless, as nature is. Just like a lion and a lioness will always come together and respect each other, because that's just how nature goes, and it's just how it is. Money is an invention. It doesn't change the rules of nature ever. So I always want to keep that in mind for you guys, to stand on your manhood, man, and own it fully. You were put on this earth to be a man. Even if you're a boy watching this, or a young dude in his 20s or whatever, and you feel like you don't have it yet, you're not quite there. Hey, man, do whatever you can to get there. Because there's nothing more powerful than being a man. It's like a superpower, man. It's because it's like an internal nature that you have access to at all times. And women can sense it. They love it when a real man walks into the room. They respect real men, you know. Speaking of which, I want to recommend something. It's a really solid book. Where is it at? Okay, this book, I recommended it before, but I want to really get it right. Awakening the Master Masculine, okay? By Master Yao Namiki Morris. Okay, you can only find this book on his website. But I recommend every man watching this to get this book, man. Check it out. It'll change your life. The website is here. GrandTrineInt.com, okay? Check it out. Screenshot that. This book is fantastic. In a nutshell, it basically explains the 4 archetypes for a man to be able to be the most masterful version of himself as a man, right? And the 4 archetypes are you got the healer, you have the hunter, you have the warrior, and lastly, the eagle. These 4 parts of being a man that really have changed my life in a way where, you know, it shows the importance of each part of you as a man to master, you know, being a hunter, right? Going out getting the money, being the warrior, being able to protect yourself and your family, right? These things are natural within us. We have that natural hunter. Go get some food, go get the money. Right nowadays, you ain't really got to hunt, but that's the part of it. You know, being a warrior, we all have that warrior in us, or many of us do. And we can have a good warrior or a bad warrior, but it's perfecting those parts, right? You have a healer, you know, a lot of us have a lot of good wisdom that we can teach our women to heal them, heal ourselves. And lastly, the eagle, my favorite, having that foresight to see things before they happen, being able to see disasters before they strike. You know how important that is as a man? That's a superpower. Do you understand me? If you guys have dealt with women, how many times, fellas, you've dealt with women, man, how many times are they about to do some stupid stuff and you can see it happen before they start doing it, and you have to say, hey, don't do that, because X, Y, and Z is about to happen as a result of that stupid thing you're about to do. That's called your eagle vision, man. You're able to say, oh, Before something happens, I see where this is going and it's leading to disaster. Or if you're an investor of sorts, you say, hey, this is a great company that's going to boom in a year or two, and I see it ahead of time. That's that eagle vision, baby. Powerful stuff, man. We have to tap into these things to become the best, most accomplished and powerful men on earth. And the world loves it, man. Who doesn't want to be a great man? You know, it's a blessing to be a man, and we should be the best men we can be. But we do have to be more ruthless, man. That's a part of it. Stand up for yourself. Stand up for what you know is right. Be a solid leader in the world. To be a real leader, you're going to have to be ruthless. People are not going to like you for being ruthless, and that's okay. You don't want to be liked by everybody. Nobody's liked by everybody, so cut that out. You only want to be liked by people that you like, people that you respect, and then you'll be respected back, and it's a beautiful thing. That's all we want. Everything else is noise and nonsense, and how much noise and nonsense is out here. You get me? So be more ruthless, all right? Be a savage, man. It's in you. Let it out. Don't be afraid to say what's on your mind, man. The world is going to pay you tenfold for it because it's missing. It's like a vacuum in space. We got to fill it up with that ruthlessness as a man, all right? So that's my message for today, man. I hope it registers with you. If you like it, man, hit the like button, subscribe, man. I got more stuff on the way. And I'm going to catch y'all on the next one, man. Peace.